My name is Alan Hancock. I'm an instructor here at Dakota County Technical College in the Civil Engineering Technology program. So Civil Engineering Technology is here at Dakota County Technical College is a 2-year AES degree, and we do mapping, surveying of infrastructure projects, things all around what we see, but maybe don't know who did it. So roads, bridges, airports, dams. That's all done, someone has to engineer that, and that's what we do. We recently purchased at DCTC a Mavic 2 Pro drone, and it's a UAV, unmanned aerial vehicle. It's a quadcopter, so it works like a helicopter. It's got 4 blades, and the 4 blades will make it fly and make it stay stationary, and it has a gyro in it, so it knows where it's at. It also uses GPS, something called Global Positioning System. It tells it where it's at, and it can do mapping based off that. So if you hit the home button, if you're flying around, it'll come back and land where it took off. It knows it's home based on GPS. So exactly how GPS in your car works. So when you get directions, it's GPS. So same concept. Here at DCTC, we want to make sure that students learn an ethical, legal way to use drones. And not just flying around, but using it to survey land, inspect bridges, and this is the next up and coming technology that can aid in the field. So in order to fly a drone, you have to have an FAA 107 license, and you must keep visual line of sight on you to be able to see it at all times. You cannot fly over crowds, you cannot fly in restricted airspace, and someone that does not have a Part 107 license can fly as long as they're within arm's length reach of the licensed pilot. So my students can fly it, they can use stick time, fly it as long as I'm next to them. That will help teach them how to do the survey, and hopefully they'll move on and get, they don't get the 107 license here, but they'll learn how to do it, and then they can obtain that on their own, or the company will send them to get that license. So it is cutting edge technology, it's very new. Very few engineering firms are even using it at this point, but MnDOT is using it for bridge inspection, and some other larger firms like Bar Engineering is using drone technology. Now the drone is not very accurate as far as elevation. I mean, it's pretty accurate, so it's about plus or minus about 4 inches, which is pretty good for some things. For most things, that's not close. We have to get even closer than that. But it aids us in rendering maps by just taking normal ground shots. It definitely helps us, and we can streamline and focus on what we really need, and then the ancillary, the outside perimeter is less as important. So we want students to do show the full worth of what they can do, and it's a tool. It's another tool in our toolbox that us surveyors do. There's less and less surveyors, and so we must rely on there's less people going into the profession, and there's just a less labor force in general throughout most industries. So we must have the best, most highly trained graduates from DCTC and use all available equipment. Let's not ignore something because it's new. So I have to learn something new, but that's okay, because we want the students well trained for the field, and they do get that here at Dakota County Technical College.